Oh my god. Oh my god, is this really happening? It's really happening. Okay, I gotta celebrate. After 3 arduous years of patient waiting, and the drip-fed information about the upcoming Hollow Knight sequel finally comes over like a tsunami for fans. And it has been a strange timeline of events that has led up to this game's current status. Beginning its life as a DLC to the original 2018 release, the Hornet DLC, as it was called, was originally supposed to be published in 2019. However, an ever-longing precedent in video game history stuck its fangs into this development. The idea of additional content was evolving into a project of large enough scope to be given its own sequel treatment. Team Cherry's months of hard work and decision-making culminated in the Nintendo E3 2019 announcement of Hollow Knight Silksong, a Metroidvania experience like its predecessor. This additional game in the Hollow Knight canon would revolve around Hornet, an assisting protagonist in the series. The ominosity and ubiquity of the E3 announcement aroused excitement not just in the Hollow Knight community, but also in Metroidvania enthusiasts. And then, it happened. Nothing. Team Cherry promised fans that they would update the status of the game, but there was pitch-black silence from the studio. Information would be drip-fed to fans for the next few years, until recently, when Xbox announced in June 2022 that the game was alive. Nearly 2 minutes of brand new content was exposed to the world, and Xbox revealed that the game would be released in the next 12 months. In other words, before June 12th, 2023. This renaissance of new game details in a short amount of time has reignited passion for this upcoming game. While I myself am ecstatic about being able to become the amazingly acrobatic Hunter Hornet, I can't help but ask one question. What the hell happened to the comics? I know the game has been in development hell for ever, but what about this one thing you've been working on? Yeah? If it wasn't already obvious, Team Cherry released a single-issue comic for the Hollow Knight series. And let me tell you, this book is really hard to find, but I eventually was able to buy this for a reasonable price on eBay. I don't have it. Technically, I don't own this floppy book. So yeah, this additional piece of in-game lore is only available physically in one format, that being the Hollow Knight Collector's Edition, sold by Fangamer. Unfortunately, it seems that nobody wants to part with this integral part of this collection, and reasonably so. So, I'm going to have to resort to my second favorite pastime, piracy. It's very elementary to find scans of this prequel comic online, so fortunately I don't have to resort to downloading the pages on shady websites. The story follows Quirrel, a bug who was an apprentice to Monomon the teacher. He was granted the teacher's mask for protection against the infection after she died. The young warrior is revealed to have lost all of his memory and placed outside the hostile Hollow Nest. Due to wearing his deceased master's face, Quirrel is able to gain visions of numerous in-game locations for his own use. The amnesiac apprentice is confronted by the sporting protagonist Hornet, where they engage into battle right outside Hollow Nest's entrance. Although initially hostile towards the young bug, she retreats after taking the brunt of the Dreamer's protection magic over the mask. These events are immediately succeeded by the events in Hollow Knight. The art for the comic mirrors the game in the fact that they're just absolutely gorgeous. I just wish that the artists had adapted the text box and font to better fit the Hollow Knight aesthetic. I know it's precedent to use Comic Sans and these very jarring white text boxes for comics, but it kind of looks out of place when compared to the rest of the book. Everything about this morsel of in-game lore is wonderful, except for one glaring issue. Why does Quirrel's hands look like that? They're so anthropomorphic. He doesn't look like a character that would appear in this game. His body is so smooth and cartoonish and like slightly chibi, but his arms are so rough and jagged and bug-like. This attribute only appears for the namesake of the comic and no other character. Other than that, this single-issue comic is quite cromulent. Enthusiastically enough, it's just good. While the Silk Song release date is to be confirmed within the year, I can revel in these 15 pages of Hornet heroism. And hey, maybe Team Cherry will finally decide to make a second chapter of this comic series like they promised. It wouldn't hurt if the studio would do something, anything. Please, Team Cherry, can you do anything for me? Please!